At the age of 8, my younger brother broke the computer. Dad was furious and demanded us to take responsibility. My brother blamed me for it. I got angry, saying it wasn't my fault. Dad punished me, stating that if something went wrong, I had to own up to it. At 9, there were breadcrumbs on the floor behind me. Mom asked why I didn't throw them in the trash. I said it wasn't me who threw them. Mom replied, "If it wasn't you, then how did the crumbs end up there? How irresponsible." Before Mom asked me, I wasn't even aware there were breadcrumbs behind me. Still at 9, my older brother placed a water bottle on top of my favorite notebook, accidentally wetting it. We argued. Mom said, "What's the big deal with the notebook? If you don't handle your things properly, it's your fault if they get damaged." In reality, I was doing my homework. Mom told me to quickly help her pick vegetables. Perhaps someone might ask why I didn't explain. I did explain. I told them I didn't do it. I told them I didn't know. But before I could finish, my parents would say, "Don't argue. Do you dare to argue?" At 12, a close friend of mine was bullied. I helped her meet with the homeroom teacher, who was also my mom's close friend, and things were resolved. Shortly after, everyone thought I was a teacher's pet, and they stopped hanging out with me. In fact, apart from this incident, the homeroom teacher never cared about me. At 15, my friend went through a tough breakup, crying her eyes out. I got angry and cursed the guy to console her. I told her to cheer up and called him a jerk. 2 weeks later, they made up, and I became the bad guy who drove a wedge between them. Then they broke up again, and she came crying to me, and I stood by watching her cry. At 16, Mom advised me to share more school stories, otherwise she'd worry. I began talking about teachers, friends, clubs, and studies. At first, Mom listened attentively. Then she advised me not to hang out with bad friends, said joining clubs was pointless and that I should focus solely on studying. I continued to study hard and be sociable, learning how to behave, but Mom thought I was just playing. When Mom asked about recent events, I replied that I was just going to school, but she scolded me for not sharing anything with her. At 18, I got into a prestigious university. The class president reminded us to bring multiple passport-sized photos. I told Mom and gave her a photo from when I was in 12th grade. Mom criticized the photo, saying it wasn't good enough and insisted I get new ones taken. I wanted to wait a few days because I'd been staying up late and my skin wasn't in good condition. Mom got angry, saying, "Does the whole family have to follow your schedule? Do we have to wait according to your time?" I said, "How about tomorrow or the day after? Whenever you and Dad are free, we can go, or I can go by myself." Dad yelled at me, "You want to go by yourself? What do you know? You don't know anything, and yet you want to go take photos by yourself?" I reacted, "It's just taking photos. What's so difficult about it? I really don't want to go today." Dad said, "People say the higher your education, the more rebellious you become. I see you're exactly like that. You got into a prestigious university, so what? I'm your father. You have to do as I say. Go take those photos now." After this incident was brought up, I realized I've been through a lot. I thought I'd forgotten everything, but these things are still deeply ingrained in my mind, as if they happened just a few days ago. Why the silence? To me, every silence is a disappointment. We believe that language can empower us, so we decide to speak up. But when we realize that language not only fails to empower us, but also causes us to suffer multiple times, we choose to remain silent.